This goes along with linear combination worksheet A. And what this is talking about is solving systems of equations by elimination or linear combination. So what we're going to do, we've got two of these equations right here, and they're in standard form. We're trying to find the solution to the system, which is an ordered pair. So we need to find the x and the y. So we're going to combine these two equations together. Right here, if I draw the line, I'm going to draw the line to add them together. I have 1x and 3x. 1x plus 3x is 4x. 2y minus 2y, that makes 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. The y's cancel out. Equals 7 minus 3 is 4. From here, I'm going to divide by 4, just like solving an equation. X equals 1. So my solution, remember I have an x and a y. My x number is 1. I'm going to find my y. I'm going to take one of the two equations. Now, I tend to always use the one that has all the positives, but it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't matter which one you choose. I'm going to bring this one down. I'm going to take x plus 2y equals 7. I'm going to substitute 1. X is 1. I'm going to put that in here for x. So x is coming out, and instead of x, I'm putting a 1 in there. Plus 2y equals 7. Right here, I'm going to now solve for y. I'm going to subtract 1 from each side. I get 2y equals 6. I'm going to divide by 2. Y equals 3. My solution is 1, 3. Try the next one. Pause the video and see if you can come up with the answer, and then press play and come back and see how you did. On this one, right here, which letter would make 0 when I add them together? Right here I have 2x minus 2x. Well, 2 minus 2 is 0. These two cancel out. I have 6 minus 5, which is 1. I have 1y equals 0 plus 0 is 0. Well, that was easy. There's my solution. My y number is 0. Now I need to find my x. Choose one of the two equations. I'm going to choose the top because it does not have any negatives in it. You don't have to do that. That's just my preference. Now it says y is 0, so I'm going to take 0 and I'm going to put it in here for y right there. So I have 2x plus 6 times 0 equals 0. Well, I have 2x, 6 times 0. 6 times 0 is 0. And that equals 2. I'm sorry, equals 0 right there. I'm going to divide by 2. X equals 0. There's my solution. Number 3. Pause the video and see if you can come up with the answer. Well, look here. If I go through and try and combine these, I get 2x and 1x, which is 3x. Wait a minute. And then this right here, that's plus 7y equals negative 1. Something's wrong. It doesn't get rid of one of my letters. That's not good. Well, what we can do is we need to look at one of the equations and figure out what we can do to it to make one of the letters disappear. So right here, what does this x need to be to make it cancel out? Well, this is 2x. I need a 2 here, but they both can't be positive. It needs to be a negative 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the entire bottom equation by negative 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the top one up here. 2x plus 5y equals negative 1. Right here, negative 2 times x, negative 2x, negative 2 times 2y plus 4y. Not plus, what am I saying? Negative 2 times 2y is minus 4y equals negative 2 times 0, which is 0. Well, now let's combine it. See, as long as you multiply this negative 2 by everything, then it doesn't change the value of it, so you're okay. Now I have 2x minus 2x. That makes 0. I have 5y minus 4y, which is 1y, equals negative 1 plus 0 is negative 1. So my solution, x then y, My y number is -1. Okay, choose one of the two equations. It doesn't matter which one. Now, I'm going to choose one of the original ones. I'm going to choose this one because it doesn't have as many numbers with it, but it's not that big a deal. I'm going to have x plus 2y equals 0. Y is -1. I'm going to put this in here. I get x plus 2 times y. Y is -1 equals 0. X, and then I've got 2 times -1, which is -2, equals 0. Add 2 to each side. X equals 2. My solution is 2, -1. Let's try the next one. Okay, if I go through here and combine them, do I have a variable that eliminates, that goes away? This right here is 4x. This is 2x plus 2x, which is 4y. And this is 16. Okay, that doesn't work. I need one of my letters to disappear. Do I have a variable that I can eliminate? Well, let's talk about this. What if I wanted to eliminate my x's? What would I need this up here to be to make it go away with the 3x? I need it to be a 3, and one of them needs to be negative. So I would multiply the top equation by -3. We could solve it this way, and then you can eliminate the x's. Or, is there a variable that looks exactly the same? The y's do. It says 2y and 2y. Well, all that I need to do is I just need to make one of these 2y's negative. So I can multiply by -1. Now you could have done either one of these and you still would come up with the same answer. I'm going to multiply by -1. So I have -1 times x, -x, -1 times 2y, -2y, equals -1 times 9, -9. I'm going to rewrite the bottom. 3x plus 2y equals 7. Well, let's put these together now. -x plus 3x is 2x. -2y plus 2y, that makes 0, equals -9 plus 7, -2. I'm going to divide by 2. X equals -1. So my solution, I have x that equals -1, and then whatever your y is. Okay, well, here's my equation I'm going to use. You didn't have to choose that one. X plus 2y equals 9. Okay, x is -1. We're going to come up here and put this in here. I have -1 plus 2y equals 9. Let's solve for y. Add 1 to each side. 2y equals 10. We're going to divide by 2. Y equals 5. There's my solution. Try the next one. Number 5. Okay. Do any of my letters eliminate? Do they make 0? Nope. Is there anything I can multiply by 2? Is there a whole number I can multiply by 2 to get to 3? No. What about 3 to get to 6? Because I want these numbers to be the same. Okay, because if you're saying, well, how are you picking these numbers? Well, I need these two to be the same. So I'm taking the smaller number. What do I have to multiply 3 by to get to 6? Well, I need to multiply by 2. So first you need to have the same number in front of your letter. The other thing is one has to be positive and one has to be negative. Okay, well, that's already happening, so I'm okay with that. So I'm going to rewrite the top equation. I didn't do anything with it. Now let's do the bottom. I have to do the distributive property. 2 times 2x, 4x, 2 times -3y, -6y, 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to combine these together. 3x plus 4x is 7x. My y's cancel. And 6 plus 8 is 14. I'm going to divide by 7. X equals 2. So my solution My x number is 2. I need to find my y. Choose one of these two equations. Well, I'm just going to choose this one up here. They both have coefficients, but this one's all positive, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, so it says x is 2, so I'm going to take this and put this right there. I get 3 times 2 plus 6y equals 6. 6 plus 6y equals 6. Subtract 6 from each side. 6y equals 0. Divide by 6. Y equals 0. There's your solution. Next one. Here's number 6. You can pause the video and see how you do. Now, let's talk about this. What if I wanted to, well, first off, I know that I have to multiply one of my equations by something because they don't automatically cancel out. What if I wanted to eliminate my x's? Well, this one's positive, this one's negative. That's good, but what does this number have to be up here? Correct, it needs to be a 3. So I could multiply the top equation by 3 and get rid of the x's. We're going to do that in just a minute, but let me go and talk about this. What if I wanted to get rid of the y's instead? Well, this is positive, this is negative, that's good, but what number has to be the same down here? It has to be an 8, so you would multiply the bottom equation by 8. You could choose either way. I'm going to go up here. I normally tend to choose the smaller number, so I'm going to go up here, but sometimes it depends on what the problem's asking for. So do the distributive property, negative 3x, negative 3 times, I'm not negative, 3 times 8 is plus 24y. 3 times negative 32, don't forget to do that, is negative 96. So now I rewrite the bottom, 3x minus y is 27. Now let's combine them. Well, these cancel out. 24y minus 1y is 23y. And then here, negative 96 plus 27. Okay, well, when they're opposite signs, you subtract. You get negative 69. We're going to divide by 23. And my answer is y equals negative 3. So my solution, my y number, is negative 3. Now, choose one of your two equations. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one right here. I'm going to bring this here. I've got 3x minus y equals 27. You're going to take negative 3 and put it in here for y. I get 3x minus y. Well, y is negative 3 equals 27. Minus a negative, that makes it positive. So I get 3x plus 3 equals 27. Solve for x from here. Subtract 3 from each side. 3x equals 24. Divide by 3. X equals 8. Next one. Here's the next problem. Number 7. What if I wanted to get rid of my x's? This is a 6. This is a negative 3. What do I have to multiply the bottom equation by? Well, what times negative 3? What times 3 gives you 6? 2. I could multiply the bottom equation by 2. What if I wanted to get rid of my y's? Well, this is positive 3y and positive 3y. This needs to be a negative. So I'd multiply by negative 1. So let's rewrite the top one. 6x plus 3y equals 0. Right here. Negative 1 times negative 3, x is 3x. Negative 1 times 3y, negative 3y. Negative 1 times 9, negative 9. Combine these right here. I get 9x, these cancel, equals negative 9. Divide by 9, x equals negative 1. So my solution, x is -1. What is y? Choose one of these two equations. I'll just go ahead and choose the top one. It didn't matter which one you chose. It'll give you the same answer. 6x plus 3y equals 0. I'm going to take -1 and put it in here for x. I get 6 times -1 plus 3y equals 0. -6 plus 3y equals 0. I'll add 6 to each side, and I get 3y equals 6. Divide by 3, y equals 2. There's my solution. Number 8. Well, let's look at this one. Again, these x's and y's don't match up. 5 doesn't go into 6. But let's look at the y's. Does 6 go into 12? Yes. Okay, so what would I need to multiply the bottom equation by? 6 times what gives you 12? 6 times 2. This is positive, this is negative, so I'm okay. So let's rewrite the top equation. -6x plus 12y equals 120. Now the bottom one, we need to do the distributive property. So I have 2 times 5, which is 10x, 2 times -6, -12y, 2 times -48, which gives me -96. Now when I combine these together, right here, I get 4x, the y's cancel out, and then I take 120 minus 96, and I get 24. From here, go ahead and solve. Divide by 4 to each side. X equals 6. My solution is 6 and then some number. I need to find the y. Doesn't matter which equation you choose. I'll just go ahead and take the top one. Bring this down here. -6x plus 12y equals 120. Well, x is 6. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in here. And I have -6 times x. X is 6 plus 12y equals 120. Right here, -36 plus 12y equals 120. Let me move this down a little bit. I'm going to add 36 to each side. I have 12y equals 156. Divide by 12. Y equals, take 156 divided by 12, and I get 13. So my answer is 613. Next one. All right, let's look at this one. My x's don't automatically cancel out, but this is a positive, this is a negative. What number needs to be down here at the x to make them go away? This is a 2. I need a 2 down here, so I would multiply the bottom equation by 2. Now, what if I wanted to get rid of the y? So that's one way to do it. But what if I wanted to get rid of the y's? The y's, they're both 8y, but they're both positive. One of them needs to be negative. So what I could do is multiply by -1. So let's rewrite the top one. 2x plus 8y equals -42. This one here, I get positive x minus 8y equals, now don't forget this last one right there, you got to multiply by that last one, equals 63. 2x and 1x is 3x. The y's cancel. Right here, -42 plus 63 is 21. From here, divide by 3. X equals 7. So my solution, I have 7 and I need to find the y number. Okay, so I'll just choose this top number, or top equation. I'm going to bring this down. 2x plus 8y equals negative 42. X is 7. So you're going to put that in here for x. You have 2 times 7, then write the rest of the equation, plus 8y equals negative 42. This is 14 plus 8y equals negative 42. Subtract 14 from both sides. 8y equals negative 56. Divide by 8. Y equals negative 7. The next one, number 10. Well, let's look and see. Is there a letter that automatically eliminates? There sure is, number 10 right here. See, because 7x minus 7x, that makes 0. What about negative 9 plus 10? That's 1y equals negative 57 plus 68 is 11. So I know that my solution, y is 11. Now I need to find x. Doesn't matter which one you choose. I'll choose this bottom one. I get negative 7x plus 10y equals 68. Y is 11. So you're going to put that in here. You get negative 7x plus 10 times y. Y is 11 equals 68. Negative 7x plus 110 equals 68. I'm going to subtract 110 from each side. Negative 7x equals, you take 68 minus 110, you get negative 42. Divide by negative 7. X equals 6. Right here. There's my solution. Number 11. Let's see if we get as lucky this time. Is there a letter that automatically eliminates? Nope. 5 doesn't go into 8 evenly. What about this one? Look, the x's. I've got a positive x and a negative x. What number needs to be in front of this x to make this 0? Correct, it needs to be a 3. So let's rewrite these two equations. The first one, I'm going to take 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 8y plus 24y, 3 times 28, which is 84. Now let's rewrite the bottom one. Subtract 3x from each side. Not subtract, what am I saying? That's a negative 3x plus 5y equals 3. Now my x's cancel. I get 29y equals 84 plus 3 is 87. I'm going to divide by 29. Y equals 87 divided by 29 is 3. So my solution, the y number is 3. Find the second one. Choose one of the two equations. I'm going to choose this top one right here. X plus 8y equals 28. I kind of wrote over it. Let me make sure. Yep, 28. So y is 3. I'm going to come up here and put this in here for y. X plus 8 times y. Y is 3 equals 28. Move this down a little bit. X, 8 times 3 is 24 equals 28. I'm going to subtract 24 from each side. X equals 4. There's my solution. Number 12. Okay, let's look and see. Is there a letter that automatically eliminates? Yes, there is. The y's do. So when I do this, first off, I have negative x and negative x. That's negative 2x. 3y minus 3y is 0. It goes away. 5 plus 1 is 6. Divide by negative 2. X equals negative 3. So my solution, I have x to be negative 3, and I have to find y. Choose one of the two equations. I'm going to choose this one right here. Y, I just randomly did. Didn't matter which one I chose. It'd give me the same answer. Now be careful here. X is negative 3, so I need to put it in here. The problem says the opposite of x, negative x. So x, and x is negative 3 plus 3y equals 5. The opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. Plus 3y equals 5. I'm going to subtract 3 from each side. And I'm going to get 3y equals 2. I'm going to divide by 3. Now this is saying y equals 2/3. So 2/3 okay, so even though it's a fraction, that is fine, because if you plug those both in for x and y, they would both work out and be equal. Number 13. Let's look at these. Is there a letter that automatically eliminates? No, there's not. But does 2 go into 5? Not evenly. But what about the 3 x's? These are both negatives. One of them needs to be positive. So I can eliminate by multiplying one of my equations by a negative. So let's rewrite the positive. Negative 3x plus 2y equals 0. Now down here at the bottom, negative 1 times 3x is positive 3x. Negative 1 times 5y is negative 5y. Negative 1 times 9 is negative 9. Combine these cancel out. You get negative 3y equals negative 9. You're going to divide by negative 3. Y equals 3. So my solution, my y number is 3. Now you're going to choose one of the two equations. I'm going to rewrite this right here. Negative 3x plus 2y equals 0. Y is 3. So you're going to substitute this in here for y. You get negative 3x plus 2 times y. Instead of y, I'm going to put 3 in there. Equals 0. I get negative 3x. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 6 equals 0. Let me move this down a little bit. I'm going to subtract 6 from each side. Negative 3x equals negative 6. Divide by negative 3. X equals 2. Okay, number 14. Let's look and see. Does 6 go into 8? Not evenly. But these right here, I've got negative 2y and negative 2y. So what I need to do is change the sign. And to change the sign, I multiply by negative 1. So let's rewrite here. 8x minus 2y equals 58. The next one right here, negative 1 times 6, negative 6x. Negative 1 times negative 2y is positive 2y equals negative 1 times 40, negative 40. 8 minus 6 is 2x. The y is canceled. Equals 18. Divide by 2. Y equals 9. So my solution, y is 9. So now choose one of the two equations. It doesn't matter which one. I'll go ahead and choose this top one. 8x minus 2y equals 58. Y is 9. I'm going to put this in here. So I have 8x minus 2 times 9 equals 58. 8x minus 18 equals 58. I'm going to add 18 to each side. 8x equals, is that what that is? Let's see, 56, or not 56, 58 plus 18 is 76. Let's see if I did this right here. It says it's 9.5. Let's see here. Did I make a mistake? Let's see here. Alright, so 8x minus 2y equals 58. Negative 6x plus 2y minus 40. It's 18. X is not... Oh, what did I do wrong? I substituted in for the wrong thing, didn't I? So that's because I couldn't understand my handwriting here. Hope you caught that. Alright, let's go back here. Where did I make my mistake? I'm glad I caught that. Let's go back here. Now I have, this is supposed to be x equals 9. See, that's because I didn't write my letters clear enough and I was going too fast. X is 9 and I need to find y. So if I write 8x minus 2y equals 58, x is 9, so let's go put this in here for x. I get 8 times x, which is 9, minus 2y equals 58. 72 minus 2y equals 58. Subtract 72 from each side. Negative 2y equals 58 minus 72 is negative 14. That looks better. Divide by negative 2. Y is 7. There's my solution. The next one, number 15, right here. Well, let's see. Is there a letter where they're the same? And one is positive, one is negative? Yep, those x's, they'll cancel out. So right here, I've got 9x minus 9x. That goes away. 3y minus 3y minus y is 2y. And 2 plus 0 is 2. Divide by 2. Y equals 1. My solution, remember, goes x then y. My y number is 1. Now I need to find my x. Well, let's rewrite this top equation right here. I have 9x plus 3y equals 2. Y is 1. I'll put that in here. 9x plus 3 times y. Y is 1 equals 2. 9x plus 3 equals 2. I'm double checking myself now to make sure, because as I see this, I subtract 3 from each side. 9x equals negative 1. Divide by 9. X equals negative 1/9. And that is correct, because I was going in my head, and if you take this x and this y and substitute it in here, in both equations, it will work.